on? Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to our Bitcoin update. I'm Cameron, your host for today's show. We review the latest monthly developments on Bitcoin so you can stay informed on the top highlights. So, please hit the like button, subscribe to help grow our network into the biggest momentum trading channels for crypto. Now, on to the show. What's going on, everyone? So, let's dive into the month of October. Let's review what's going on. Let's see. Let's take a month snapshot. We're gonna start in, and then we're gonna zoom all the way out on a year to date and take in some other relevant information that we're gonna have from to construct a decent thesis going forward for not just really November, and I'm saying hesitant because I think one could really stretch it to December as well, and that's just all because that's really just all depending on if we have a late market sell-off. Okay, in December it could happen. For tax reasons, I'm not saying it will happen, but again, anyways, we're gonna break down what's going on in the month of October, okay, and possibly what could be going on in the month of November and December as well. So yeah, so that's basically what we're gonna talk about today's show. So let's jump right in. Boom. Okay, so here we go. I am going to bring up the Bitcoin, the monthly chart for October. Huge surprise, up. Right, just how we like it, baby. Just how we like it. So going back to from early October, I mean, we've just been on a screamer all month. Okay, I just mean all month we have been on a big fat screamer, and it's been awesome. It's been amazing. And these are kind of my indicators that I really like to look at. Again, being a momentum investor, and this being a momentum channel. Just really focus really on just crypto for the time being, for the most part. And my trading strategy is momentum based, but just October has just been a screamer. So huge good returns in October, month over month. But yeah, nothing really surprising there. Everything has been up. Of course, definitely down here on this momentum indicator on the 14-day, it's showing that obviously the trend look like the momentum has definitely died down, and this could be interesting point. Like I was doing a previous recording where I kind of messed up a little bit, but I came to the realization that just because momentum is pulling back, and it definitely just on the 14-day could drop below. But this, again, like I said, we're gonna start granular, and we're gonna work our way out all the way back year to date, and even going back into this new what I would call era of Bitcoin. So long story short, October has been an absolute screamer for Bitcoin. Boom! Alright, everyone, let's get into this Bitcoin, the US dollar 1 day year to date. So year to date, we're looking extremely healthy, okay? I mean, we remember we had these low 20s. I'm about to pull up TradingView in just a minute, but I mean, but we're hitting these old highs, like I said, from that March, April time frame. Again, on TradingView, I'm going to pull up a better some better the word some better imagery, I guess you could say. So anyway, so we're still hitting those retesting those highs. I mean, so I think we're looking pretty healthy just from this perspective. And the reason why I'm saying we're looking pretty healthy, it's like, oh man, just on year to date we could be having a sharp pullback. We could be having a sharp pullback, back down to the 50s. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're someone who got in at the 50s, right? You're like, oh no, like, should I put in a short position? And I'm thinking, based on what I'm about to show you with some fundamental analysis from Plan B, remember, October was great. You're thinking, hey, I mean, if you play it month to month, you're like, okay, should I get a short position on? Okay, even if I got in at 50,000, 55,000, and now we're sitting at the 60s. Should we see a short-term reversal? It's definitely possible. I'm not saying that it can't. Are we going to sink back down to the 50s? Possible, yes. Probable, I think we're on a big, at least till the end of the year, a big bull run. Okay, just based on some predictions from Plan B, and I'm not saying we're not going to see a short-term pullback. Okay, that could stretch week to possibly a month or two. Okay, I don't even think really 2 months. I think we may not even see that. I think we could see a short-term pullback, for a week to a month in December. It's definitely possible. We could see the price based on Plan B's. I'm about to show you some of his tweets and some of his hypothesis and his thesis, really based on his stock to flow data. And if you don't know who Plan B is, and you need to know what stock to flow is, and that theory, that statistical, analysis, definitely head over to Plan B, his website. You can look him up on Twitter. Anyways, but so long story short is, yeah, we could definitely have the short-term pullback. Should you get into a short position? Boom, definitely so. But if you're a long-term rider, man, ride this thing out, dude. Ride this thing freaking out. Don't just diamond hands it all the way until December. If you're not that sophisticated, if you're a little sophisticated, I would definitely say diamond hands, but maybe allocate a 5% short-term pullback or reversal for a week or two. Okay, it's possible. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. Okay, but I mean, if you got in at the 30s, if you got in at that 30,000, man, just ride this wave, man. I'm even jealous for you guys that got in at the beginning of 2021. You reallocated, and saw that huge bull run up and were able to capitalize on it. And then, and long story short, too, what I'm saying, we could see a short-term pullback. We could see a short-term pullback like we had in between March and May. Okay, I know that's 3 months, but I'm saying in between the end of March into the end of March to the beginning of May. Okay, that time frame. So I mean, we could, and that's a sharp pullback as well. Okay, so we could see that. That's what I'm saying. Maybe do we allocate? We put 5% into a little margin trade. Okay, on a short position. We definitely could. And I say, hey man, do it. Unless you got in, even if you got in at the 50s, do it. You got in at the 60s, depending on your trading style. That's really up to you, but I really say, hey man, I'm just throwing an option out there if you want to play it both ways, because there's money to be made on the markets moving up and the markets moving down, all depending on how you know how to play those markets. So, or that asset specifically, excuse me. Okay, so anyway, so that's one point, but let's get into the diamond hands proposition. Okay, let's really get into diamond. Oh, I just realized I didn't. Ow, excuse me, I didn't show the chart at all. I'm super sorry. My point is that we could have a big sell-off, and now we're gonna have to re-talk about. My bad. I just had you guys watch that whole thing. I didn't even have the chart up, but yeah, we could see like that big pullback, like I was saying in that March-April time frame. And if you look on the chart, that's what I'm saying. Do you put it a short position? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to go over 10% of your allocation onto a short position. I don't think so. But hey, 5%, hey, make a little bit of money, and at least so that can give you some confidence or some conviction that, hey, you know what, I'm seeing a strong signal, short-term reversal, 3 to 5 days at least, that the market is turning, at least just to give you some confidence, like, hey, make some money on that short position, close it out. Once that little short-term reversal hits, like I said, it could last up to a month. Okay, let that baby ride out. Okay, close that short position, jump back in, ride that momentum back up. Okay, if there's a short-term trend reversal. And that's what I'm saying. We could see something that happened in December, right, where we get a huge, especially based on Plan B's prediction of where we're going to see prices. I'm not even going to get to it. Like, I'm just going to show y'all what's going on, okay? I'm just going to show y'all what's going on. So once we do that, okay, let's get to this one now. Okay, so let's get back to this one. Okay, here we go. So transition it over. So here, this is the one I really want to talk about. Is Bitcoin's, the standard deviation of Bitcoin, right? So he's predicting model price of $100,000 is what he's predicting. What Plan B is predicting going into 2022. Okay, and this is just one standard deviation. And this shot group of Bitcoin, its shot group is tightening, man. Like, I know we kind of came out here briefly on Bitcoin's outside the barrier of the standard deviation, but I mean, when you look at like it's going 2, 3, 4 standard deviations like it was back in 2011. I mean, this shot group is getting really dialed in here. I mean, just since 2019, yeah. So since 2019, we've really just stayed inside this one standard deviation. I know I'm kind of going back and forth a little bit here on the screen, but check that out. That's a really tight shot group. Okay, and again, recently we were outside of that shot group, but just barely. Okay, we didn't have anything too deep, and it was a 2 deviation move, at least on what he's predicting, Plan B. And he's saying again, price to 100,000. So that's my point. Is with this price prediction based on his stock to flow modeling, and that's basically where I'm getting a lot of building my thesis on. Is he's been right so far. His data has been, knock on wood, very, very good. Okay, very high statistically relevant as well. So again, it is a model, and the model has been phenomenal so far, and it's helped out a lot of traders, retail and institutional. Okay, so it's still within the bounds of the stock to flow, again, multiple that we're seeing here. And now let's take this into another chart that I really want to show everyone here. This was from Plan B as well, going back to, it's not pulling up. I don't know why it's not pulling up. Why is it not pulling up right now? Here we go. Yeah, so now here we go. So this was Plan B. His analysis back from October 25th. So October 25th, okay, just a couple of days ago, he's saying, according to his model, we should be over 100,000 by 2022. Okay, and this was just a couple of days ago. He's saying we're kind of in line with everything. We're on the back to the red dot, I guess. We're back into the red dot zone. All-time high, right? So we're the all-time high for everything. So that's what. Yeah, I forgot about that. So, anyways, we're still moving back to his stock to flow model, like where we should be at the end of 2022 is at about half a mil. So I mean, I've seen some very nice long-term price growth from 2022 going into 2023, right? But how does this move? How does this go back into just how to trade in October, right? Because that's what this video is all about. So my goal is hold if you're just getting in. Know that there could be a slight pullback between now and December. But that's not even the chart that I really even want to get to. What the chart I really want to show you is with the future, his real competitive Plan B's real competitive price points for Bitcoin. And I know I kind of cut off. This is a tweet from Plan B. I cut off the top of it. I'm sorry about that. But he's saying that December 135, November 98,000. So the thing is, do you take chips off? I don't think so. I mean, maybe put 5% on a margin, on a short margin trade, okay? For that slight pullback, again, like I already said, reiterating myself here, there's money to be made on the way up and the way down on any trend reversal. So, and this is, crazy to think about with the price point. So, do you take a lot of chips off the table? Hey, I say you keep to this trade very well. I didn't mean to say we keep this trade very well, but we definitely my bad, I just completely spaced out. Not a very good trade. I'm kind of messing around with my stuff, my screen recording OBS software, and I'm still kind of new to all this, so bear with me. But anyways, sorry for that. My point is that, hey, I'm still very bullish on this one. I mean, extremely bullish. Hey, thanks everyone for tuning in for this month's Bitcoin update. It's been crazy good this past month of October, and going forward November and December. Let's see how it goes. I'm super excited to see how everything goes out. If we do see a short-term pullback, let me know in the comments below what you think, if there is going to be a short-term pullback or not, and let's just go see how these next 2 months roll out, especially November. See you. Good night, good day, good afternoon to wherever you are.